What's up, guys? Welcome to our third episode of the Broken Pictures podcast / YouTube show, where we discuss the top things that you might have missed in pop culture this week or over the holiday break. So, Happy New Year. I want to talk about how Spider-Man broke up the animated mafia, Disney mafia, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best animated movie of the year.
It was, and yeah. But my pick is still equally as good. It is the game that literally everybody around the world's been waiting for like 7 years. Kingdom Hearts 3, which will end the Kingdom Hearts saga in spectacular fashion.
Boom, baby.
Well, boy, I'm ready to talk about Birdbox. Get it?
Birdbox.
Because I called him boy.
Boy, that was pretty good. All right, so there may be spoilers for your favorite TV shows, movies, comics, and or video games. You have been warned. This is the FOMO Show. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Dylan.
And I'm Lydia.
This is Quin.
And thanks for watching, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you found this video. And also, thanks for listening in podcast form. You can find those wherever fine podcasts are found. And also, hello to our new listeners / watchers in the States and beyond. And don't forget to check out the website. That's www.broken.pictures.com. And you can find us on social media. Facebook, it's going to be Broken Pictures Social. Instagram and Twitter, you can find it at broken_social. And if you're feeling interested in helping us out, you can find us on Patreon, Broken Pictures. And more importantly, though, if you would just if you're strapped for cash, it's the holiday season, we get it. Hey, so if you would just do us a personal favor and share, rate, review the podcast. Tell them it's the best thing you ever heard. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you hit that little bell. I love the sound effects. Make sure you hit that little bell.
What? You already said
you want me to do the bell again?
My bad. So, yeah, sorry. Not on cue today. It's been a couple weeks. We're back.
Couple weeks.
So, if you guys just share, rate and review and all that good stuff, tell your friends. We talk about pop culture and entertainment news and stuff like that. And when you like and share, it lets Facebook or YouTube or whatever, Apple Podcasts, lets the algorithm, the FBI, lets the algorithm know that and puts us in the feed so other people can find us too. So we appreciate that very much. And so, a couple special notes. Happy 2019.
Yeah, we made it.
You made it. You survived 2018. We wish you the best in the new year. And as per our theme with Broken Pictures, we hope you find more beauty in your brokenness this year. And may you become strong in the broken places.
Yeah. He said it like he was at a poetry reading in Seattle in the 90s.
Very specific.
Speaking of 90s, I have to give a shout out to Lydia's outfit right now with her Fight Club and flannel shirt and a ball cap. She's looking very Captain Marvel in the new teaser.
Thanks. Also, just a tidbit, if you see my hands waving around and you're like, oh my gosh, where did her beautiful engagement ring go? It's in the shop. One of the stones sadly fell out, and so it's getting replaced. So, FYI, we still together going strong. Yeah. Just wanted everybody to know, if you even care.
And in case you doubted how smart I am, I did get the warranty, so it's taken care of.
Yeah.
What's the countdown to the wedding?
Let me see.
April. Oh, yeah, she's got it on her phone.
I have the app.
April 28th.
April 28th.
That is accurate.
2019.
3 months, 20 days, 5 hours, 42 minutes, and 51 seconds.
From this very moment. Today is Tuesday, by the way. We film on Tuesdays. You might be listening to this later on in the week because it takes me a day or two to get it processed and put out there.
So then I'll have even less time to get things together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could actually do like a little count back if you wanted to and figure out exactly what time it is right now. Just as like a personal puzzle.
Or you could just comment and ask how much more time, and I would let you know.
Yeah, there you go. Comment.
Either one works.
That's another thing that helps out with promotion. Helps the algorithm and the social media bots and stuff like that. Not the bots, but the whatever.
It helps get our name more out there for
Exactly.
your other friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter will promote our stuff in the feed more if we have comments and stuff. So we appreciate comments too.
Also, while we're rambling on, Ghost is down here, so if you see him, he's just making himself known.
Yeah, that's our dog, by the way.
It's not just like some creepy ghost that we named Ghost.
He's the family
Stealing
ghost.
our Wi-Fi.
So, spoiler alert, by the way, I already said that, but for those of you that don't listen, you're hearing it again. Spoiler alert. So, guys, it's been a long couple weeks since our last episode. This is episode 3 in the new year. We are moving forward. What have you guys been into over the break?
Y'all should go first because you told me you have a list.
Oh, I do. and I want to... Oh, I turned it off.
Silly.
Yeah.
Here, you can go while he's getting his
and I want to hear, since it's the FOMO show, fear of missing out, in case you don't know what FOMO means. So, say what you watched or read or played or whatever, and then tell it should everybody miss it or not miss it.
Okay. So, the first thing, I was on the fence about the show for a good minute. And once the season 2 came out and then I watched another trailer for it, I was like, all right, I have time. I'm going to watch it. So, on Amazon Prime, I started The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And my goodness, literally the first episode had me in stitches.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't
It's
even...
a comedy?
It's a comedy, but like the actual parts where there are comedians on the stage during comedy was what made me laugh the most.
Really?
And then just after, as the show goes on, Midge, her family is just pretty hilarious. But you should definitely give it at least a watch. If you don't get past the first episode, you're not going to like the show. But if you can get past that first one, or if it just has you in stitches, then yeah, you're going to love the show.
That's good to know, because sometimes I feel like I want to watch something past the first episode, because the first episode or first season of something can be so rough that people say even Parks and Rec, like so many people say, oh, if you can get past season 1 or whatever. So it's good to know that if I don't like the first episode, I'm just not going to like it.
Yeah. Yeah. What else did I watch?
Did you watch the whole season?
I finished season 1 in like a week. And then I'm on season 2. I'm taking it in little tidbits because I don't want it all to go away and I have nothing anymore. So,
how many seasons are there?
It's just 2. The second one came out middle of December.
Heard.
So...
Did rather well at the Golden Globes, by the way.
It did. She's second year that the actress won for Best Actress in a TV series.
Ooh.
So.
Oh, you know what? I did see that she's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live coming up too.
Is she?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She's hilarious. And I actually like hearing
Rachel
her...
Mosnahan or something like that?
Yes. And hearing her speak, because everybody in the show, because she's Jewish, so they all have like 50s Jewish accents in New York, which is just another thing that just makes me just tickled to bits.
Like that transatlantic, it's like, hey guys, that type of thing.
Yes. And like hearing her actually speak, wow. I thought she was Jewish for a second. But yeah, it's
What
a
a putz.
It's literally every other sentence. All right, your turn.
On your list.
Oh, so, okay. And some of these are part of Lydia's list too. Okay, so I got a little Christmas money, so I went and got me the Amazon...
AMC.
AMC card to where I could watch 3 movies a week and all that kind of stuff. So I and
He's an AMC Subs member.
Yeah, it's $20 a month. Like you can't beat
cool.
that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because if you go watch 2 movies, you've already paid for it, right? And that's without even snacks. Anyway, so I went and watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I went without my kids, and they were kind of mad at me. but they were visiting their mom, so I had to go. And it was, do not miss it. It was amazing. I have to. Best animated movie of the year. Of according to the Gold Globes. I saw Aquaman in 3D. I wish I would have seen Spider-Man in 3D, but it wasn't available at our local theater because Spider-Man had been out for a little bit. Aquaman in 3D was amazing.
I watched that with him.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
we did a review on it.
Yeah, we have a review on our YouTube channel, so go check that out. You can look it up, Broken Pictures. Don't miss that, I should say, in theater. And so, but you say...
I said miss it. Although, like, literally on our way home from watching it, a friend texted me and asked if she should go watch it. And I asked if she was kind of up in the air about it, or if there was something she was torn between. And she said Mary Poppins. So I said, definitely the Aquaman. We haven't seen Mary Poppins, but I heard it had some really poor reviews. So I did tell her not to miss Aquaman. So I guess I'm on the fence.
Yeah, I love the original Mary Poppins, so I'm on the fence about the new one, even though I love Emily Blunt.
Right.
So, anyways, Mortal Engines. I wanted to give it a shot. I did a review about it. I said, miss it. I'm sorry.
Chips. The new Chips. We watched it, and it was hilarious.
It was so good. Yeah,
and I say the new Chips. It's been out for a long time, but I say new Chips because it's a remake of an older movie already, and so definitely a don't miss.
I think it was Dax Shepard's first movie he directed, too. The Director's Chair, which is a show from the El Rey Network with Robert Rodriguez, where he sits down with several directors and interviews them. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you saw my feed every time I started watching an episode. I'd tag what director it is. I love stuff like that. That's like I love that. I say don't miss that. That's amazing, especially if you like films and behind the scenes and you're fans of directors and stuff, or you work in the film industry. Don't miss it. It was really good. Bird Box.
Oh man!
Oh, I watched Birdbox too.
You haven't? Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
I did.
That's right. You did a review.
Yeah.
You did a Quin's Corner.
I did. It was the movie was weird for me the whole entire time. I was like, I kind of wanted Sandra Bullock to die, and then I was like, only because she was being kind of a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get more in detail on that later. But I say don't miss it. At least just for the pop culture relevance, just to stay up with what's going on. Yeah.
At least watch it for the memes.
Yeah.
Love Gilda.
Don't miss it.
Broke my heart.
Yeah.
I cried like the whole thing.
Oh man. Yeah, she was the original first Saturday Night Live cast member. I mean, this is the record from the first season, and she battled cancer. She beat it, and then she ended up losing to it. It's a tragic, beautiful story. She was a beautiful person.
Yeah, all about Gilda Radner.
Yeah, it's a CNN film documentary. It was excellent. I loved it. Fahrenheit 451, the new HBO film with Michael Shannon and Michael B. Jordan. I thought the performances were good, but I kept getting... I've seen Equilibrium with Christian Bale, and that movie was based on the original book, so there was a lot of similarities in between it, and it just had me confused the whole time. So I was like, if you haven't seen Fahrenheit 451 or read it or even seen Equilibrium, I think Equilibrium was a better version of it because I think it was easier to understand. But if you haven't seen it, I say see it because just the political culture relevance, it's a must see. I think. What'd you think? You saw that one with me.
I would miss it. I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't watch it again.
Thank you for smoking.
Yes,
we watched that.
I've been trying to get Lydia to watch this one since we got together. This is like one of my all-time favorite dark comedies, where it's like the bad guy is the good guy type thing, and it's Aaron Eckhart, and he's like a smooth talker, and he is a lobbyist for the smoking industry.
It was really good.
It's really good. It's hilarious.
Okay.
And
do not miss.
Yeah. And just like it was so well done, just how it's good. Don't miss that one.
And this good old boy finally started The Office.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen a bunch of episodes of The Office here and there, and she's watched it. But he started it from
the pilot episode.
Yeah.
Which is remarkable.
I'm committed to watching The Office all the way through, beginning to end. Several Christmas movies over the break. Of course, you can't miss Christmas movies. The news, because you have to be a responsible citizen to stay up with what's going
I
on.
knew we were
Shots
going to put
fired.
the news on there. I watched the news.
Well,
He's out, watch
I was
TV.
making a list. Of course, the Golden Globes. I watched that last night. I DVR'd it. And Castlevania. Have you seen this on Netflix?
I have seen Castlevania.
Oh man, I loved it.
Yes,
like
it's really
it's
good.
dark. So if you have issues with gore and cursing in cartoons,
Stay away.
it's an adult cartoon, but it was fantastic. I loved it.
It's really good.
I'm a huge fan of the video game when I was a kid. So, anyways, that's what we saw.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn this back off here so we don't get interrupted. All right, so.
Number 1 movie this week.
All right, Quinn, you want to hit us with that
Yes,
beautiful
so-
movie voice?
The number 1 movie for this week is, domestically, Aquaman.
Boom, boom, boom.
Which, thank you. Yeah, it did it. Good job. But internationally, Aquaman has lost its crown to the other movie I feel like it should have lost its crown to, Bumblebee. Which overseas, Bumblebee has ended Aquaman's month-long reign because, this is the Transformers movie it should have always been.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah,
we still haven't seen
yeah.
accurately enough.
I almost saw it several times, but I was pressed for time.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's supposed to be so good. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
New releases.
But now we have the new releases, which are going to be in theaters either sometime Friday or Thursday, most likely Thursday, because everyone can go see movies on Thursday now. We have Replicas, which is rated PG-13, which I saw a trailer for it.
I'm interested.
It looks
Just because I like sci-fi.
Isn't it weird that okay, I'm stupid right now. The movie with Harrison Ford that they remade that we watched, they're called
Blade
the Replicants.
Runner?
Yeah, they're
Speaking-
called
yeah,
Replicants.
speaking of Blade Runner-
isn't that weird?
Speaking of, I was gonna do a bit where we were all gonna dress up in like futuristic gear because technically we're living in the first Blade Runner timeline now.
Oh, yeah.
True.
We also passed the Jetsons timeline.
Yeah, we did.
14 years ago, though.
Long time
Yeah.
ago.
Oh yeah, 2000 or something.
2004.
Yeah, 2004. Jeez, oh my hands hurt from pushing the button all day at work.
Also, we have the Upside Down, which is rated PG-13.
The
It's
upside.
the upside.
Yeah, why'd I say that? I did say Upside Down. It's just the
We're
Upside.
Stranger Things fans. Nothing else.
The Upside, which I don't know what that movie is either. What
That's
is
the Kevin Hart Bryan
it?
Cranston,
that's the name of that movie?
which Kevin Hart needs right now.
Okay. I saw a trailer for that movie and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never thought Kevin Hart would take like a serious-ish role.
Yeah, I think he's trying to expand and step out there. And I heard that it's a good buddy movie.
A good buddy
it's-
movie?
Yeah.
But anytime there's anybody in a wheelchair, I feel like it's the most serious thing.
Yeah.
So, okay. And then next we have A Dog's Way Home, which I'm just going to assume that's rated G or PG.
Yeah,
PG for
probably.
sure.
Okay.
I couldn't find it. Some of these things are like hard to look up because if you look at like Rotten Tomatoes, they've got a completely different list than Fandango, who has a different list from whoever else is out there.
Yeah.
It's frustrating looking up like 20 different sites on this.
And next we have the Aspern Papers. All right, I'm going to move this closer so I can read it. Yeah, the Aspern Papers, which is rated R. Next, we have Touch Me Not, which has no rating at all, which Touch Me Not's a flower.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I'm not sure what type of theater that one's coming out in. It's probably limited release.
Then we have Perfecto des Condinos.
Close enough.
Close enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Spanish for perfect strangers. If you're Spanish, you can translate that.
Then we have Anthem of a Teenage Prophet. Leave me alone.
Also not rated.
Also not rated. We have Alone in the Dead of Night, which is also not rated. Norm of the North and the Keys to the Kingdom.
That's a kids movie.
Okay.
Like, how's it not rated yet? Like, why did they even hold on to that for so
because
long?
they're because it's probably an indie movie that hasn't had the opportunity to go through the
Rating
MPAA system.
Okay. Then we have Joby's World, also not rated.
Joey.
Shout out to Melanie.
Yeah, her sister-in-law's dog, Joey.
What's that movie about? Does anybody know?
The Bounty Killer.
No,
No,
Joby's
Joby's
World.
Oh no, I don't know.
It's about a
I
very
kept
cute
thinking
dog.
of E-Bomb's World from the 90s.
We also have The Bounty Killer, which that sounds like it should just be a Steven Seagal movie.
Pretty much from the poster.
Wow, this
Yeah.
is a long title.
Yeah, The Tall Tales from the Magical Garden of Anton Krings.
Antoon
Kings.
Antoon Krings.
Anton Krings.
I knew some Antoons growing up. Otherwise, I would probably wouldn't have known.
Okay. Of Anton. Does anybody know what this is?
Nope.
Rated PG-13.
It's like a kids movie, I think.
Hopefully. I mean, with the title that long.
Yeah.
Then we also have The Untold Story, which is also not rated.
Which will probably remain untold.
Okay.
Hate to say it, but
And for being on digital, we take it over to...
Me.
yeah.
Lydia.
First Man, PG-13. The Hate You Give, also PG-13.
Have y'all seen that?
No. we
I heard
haven't
it's really
seen
good
that.
though.
Yeah, my mom's reading the book, and she also wants to see the movie.
It's supposed to be very culturally relevant right now.
Yeah. Super.
Johnny English Strikes Again, PG. The Spy Gone North, not rated and on video on demand only. The Writer, rated R, coming out on the 7th, which was
yesterday.
today. Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday.
Monday.
Pledge, not rated, is only going to be in theater, and it's coming out on the 11th. Sergeant Will Gardner, not rated, also coming out on the 11th for a limited theater release. Ashes in the Snow, not rated, same thing. And Buffalo Boys, again, not rated, coming out on the 11th for a limited theater release. And Against the Clock, same goes for Against the Clock.
Yeah.
So, with these movies that are coming out with this limited release in theaters, are they like indie movies? Just like they're going around on the Sundance festivals and everything?
Yeah, pretty much. On disc this week, we have first... Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops, you already said that. We got mid-90s rated R, Castle Rock Season 1 TVMA, The Purge Season 1 TVMA, Monsters and Men rated R, Asher rated R, Hellfest rated R, The Great Battle not rated, All the Creatures Were Stirring not rated, PBS Supercats rated PG-13.
No,
Or
PG.
PG rather, that's a
PG.
kids show. An Evening with Beverly Loughlin rated R. A Paris Education not rated, Les Bomb not rated, which I think premiered or showed at least at the Bentonville Film Fest this past year. Transmilitary not rated, What They Had rated R, and The Oath rated R. Yeah.
So getting into movie news, I want to talk just a little bit about a movie premiering in February. It's called Isn't It Romantic? It's starring Rebel Wilson, Adam Devine, and Liam Hemsworth. And it looks pretty funny so far. I'm definitely going to have to watch it. The gist of it is that she gets hurt and wakes up and in like an alternate universe type thing where everything is a rom-com. Her whole life is a rom-com. So Liam Hemsworth is the heartthrob character, and it looks pretty hilarious.
It does. It does.
Yeah, I was listening to it while she was watching the trailer. It sounds pretty funny. Also, I want to say that we've got some movies here that I want to give away. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can go down into the comments and comment on something that you saw in the video, and also like and subscribe. And we'll be at the end of January. We'll be giving away Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 3D. Now this is it was a very limited release in 3D in America. So Lydia, out of the kindness of her heart, because I missed it, we both ordered it like at the same time. She tried to get this for me, And but this is a British version, but it still plays over here. It's the same region. It plays just fine over here. It's just a different one. But anyways, it's completely unopened. So if you like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, or you want to give it as a gift or whatever, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and keep listening because we might change up the terms by the end of the month. But we'll give that away at the end of January, and that kind of goes along with a little bit of the movie news that we've got going on. I'll get it in a second with some James Gunn news. So over the break, we had a lot happen. I'm just going to scan through this a little bit. Jordan Peele's new film, Us. He released a teaser on Christmas, and it was not a yawn. It was not a sneeze.
Sorry.
Just kidding. It actually looks super creepy. It looks amazing. He said this movie is not about race. It's about how we're all our own worst enemy. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the trailer.
Oh my gosh. It's got Winston Duke and Lupita Nyong'o. And Lupita Nyong'o is creepy.
I kind of don't want to watch
it. They play like alternate versions of themselves that are attacking them. It's crazy. Cool. Yeah. More Twilight Zone craziness. Also, we got a Hellboy teaser a day before they said they were going to release it as like an early Christmas present. I thought it was really good, but I also felt like it was like it fit the same universe as the one that came before.
Yeah. Except it's supposed to be more how like the comic books were. A little darker, a little more gore, and I guess a lot more smoking and drinking. So
yeah. But as far as like tone, it seemed like the same type of comedy and everything.
Yeah.
And Ron Perlman, who played Hellboy in the last series, commented kind of what we were all thinking. He posted an Anchorman gif of Steve Carell saying, "That's not Ron." So he trolled it perfectly. Also, Birdbox, probably the most viral movie of the holiday season, sparking several memes and even came out with Zone Challenge, which is not endorsed by Netflix because if you watch some of these challenges, people running their kids blindfolded into a wall.
Oh my gosh, you see the one with a guy. Yeah. He ran his toddler smooth into the wall. Poor baby, he's gone. They just left him.
You want to talk about Birdbox?
Yeah, whenever you done.
So, yeah, one of the big things is kind of like the Alfred Hitchcock thing where you don't show the monster until you absolutely have to. And it's a good thing that they didn't feel the need to show the monster because apparently it was laughable.
What?
They the special effects guy, apparently, to be fair, he had worked on this monster or whatever, and he released probably had approval and everything, released photos of the guy, the actor and the makeup and everything and some of the special effects. And it basically just looked like a big veiny baby face, big bald baby face that was like... But it supposedly had a long snake-like body behind it. And when they went to show the monsters while they were filming, it showed up on set and Sandra Bullock couldn't stop laughing. And she was like, "It just looks like a big snake baby. I can't help it. I'm sorry." And so the director took that as proof that it shouldn't be in the movie. And she said after Sandra Bullock said she couldn't stop laughing, that's all she could see after that point. So it's a good thing they didn't show it.
Yeah.
Kind of took the air out of it after that, though.
Well, I think it was still a must-see anyway. It was more about her personal journey rather than the monster anyway.
See, that's what I said.
Yeah, like, it was really about that. And even, like I said earlier, if alone the memes are worth it, just to be in on the memes and know what's going on, it was worth it.
I agree.
I kind of feel like none of what she decided to do, though, at the end wouldn't have happened if the monsters didn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. But also, and about the ending, so super spoiler, I'm so aggravated that she named the girl Olympia rather than Cinderella. Like, why did you even include names that the mother had picked and not name her that? Like, why would you even include that in the movie if you weren't going to use it?
Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that got me, though, is through everything, how did the doctor survive? Right. Like, the doctor was there at the end, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, how you been? I just been here the whole time."
They're trying to bookend the story.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it all right, but there are definitely flaws with every movie. And
I felt that the time jump in this was just like they had no problems whatsoever. It's kind of like The Walking Dead. It's like nobody died in between the time jump, and then suddenly we're back to norm where people are dying and these crazy people show up.
I wish they had a name. That would have been nice. Have something to call them besides the crazies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. So also we've got a possible Vanilla Ice biopic coming with Dave Franco in the starring role. It's
that should be a comedy.
I'm kind of down for that. So also we got some news on Jumanji, the Jumanji sequel. I guess it's technically part 3 since they're all together. Yeah. Danny DeVito and Asian actress Aquafina are joining Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. That's their baby, Dwayne Hart.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this, I apologize to the actress. I thought that was the name of the next movie.
Aquafina?
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was a rapper, but
I thought it was. He just didn't know how to spell water.
Yeah. Sorry, Aquafina. We're not trying to hate on you. We're new to it. Please excuse our ignorance.
Also, I grew up saying Jumanji, not Jumanji.
Yeah, I had to break her on it.
No, I just say it when he's around.
Jumanji.
No, it's Jumanji, now hush.
There's an A in there.
New Men in Black international teaser over the break.
Yeah, I was kind of hating on the Men in Black thing because I was like, why are you going to call it international, Sony? It's Men in Black. But I see what they're doing with it after I saw the trailer.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I love Tessa Thompson, so anything she's in, I'm going to support.
I'm fine with her, but I feel like Chris Hemsworth shouldn't be there.
Really?
Because the last time he was in something that involved dealing with things not of this world too much,
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, didn't do so well. So
he was hilarious in that movie.
I'm pretty sure he was. It was a good movie. I just don't know why it didn't do well.
Because they completely disrespected what came before.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't want them to do that now.
Pissed off the fans.
Yeah, that's true. That's the same thing I said. Like, I don't like that it looks so good because from it you can't. Like, there's nothing relating to the old one, and it's such a classic in my heart that you've got to at least acknowledge it.
Yeah, surely during the movie sometime. And this is actually kind of like the product of them trying to come up with a sequel for a long time. They were actually going to do a 21 Jump Street MiB crossover where Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill had got recruited into the MiB.
No.
Which would kind of be fun to watch.
I kind of want to watch that.
What? No.
That would really be fun to watch. Oh my.
Well,
really?
Because I mean, even Men in Black was like really tongue in cheek in itself, you know. So it didn't take itself seriously. I mean, like the ball chin again. I mean, come on.
I've got to get new friends.
Anyway, also another thing that we got over the break was the first looks at the live action Aladdin movie. Speaking of Will Smith, like, what is this non-blue genie nonsense? Like, what is that?
Blue.
If you can see that. And then they came out and they were like, no. That's just, even though there was like several pictures of him looking like this, they're like, no. That's just like when he's like incognito, you know, like he's undercover among humans. He looks like a human. He's going to be blue for most of the movie. And I kind of feel like that's the same thing, like trying to pull the wool over our eyes, like when we got the photos of Jared Leto's Joker covered in tattoos and everybody's like, what? No. And they were like, not the same. I mean, to be fair, it's not the same studio and everything, but they were like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that was just for promo. He's not going to have tattoos. And sure enough, dude had tattoos and everybody still hated it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I saw a picture of it when it first came out of Genie and Aladdin sitting by themselves, looked like in the middle of a desert.
Yeah.
And they were talking, nobody else around.
Yeah, and he's incognito. Let's see if I can find him here. Anyway, so like another reason, like I feel like this is just a bold-faced lie is because the director is Guy Ritchie.
Oh, yeah.
Who is known for doing like gritty realism and he's handling Aladdin.
Why?
It's like, oh, Aladdin's a thief. That's why, because he does like British heist movies. Like, maybe there's some small correlation there. I'm a huge fan of Guy Ritchie. I love all those British heist movies, and even like the new Sherlock Holmes movies. Those were him.
You know, on the cover, it'll tell you what page that.
It will?
It'll let you know about.
It's a magical double issue. It's magic. It's so thick I can't find it.
While he's trying to find it, that's actually it.
Yeah.
We'll just go on to the Golden Globes.
I probably missed it.
Just don't worry about it.
If he finds it, we'll put it on there. I guess.
I think I keep bumping something. I keep hearing it rattle. Sorry, guys that are listening, if you're hearing it rattle. Anyways, that's not the point. You can look that up yourself.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Yeah, Golden Globes were Sunday night. I watched them last night at DVR. I mean, typical Golden Globes. It was a night filled with immeasurable talent where the stars of the big and small screens gathered and let their guard down. They hung out and got stupid drunk.
In a what seems to be small room, but the room wasn't that small. There's just a lot of them in there.
Yeah, there's like layers.
That one guy couldn't barely find the stage. Like, he was like, oh, that way.
Even at the end, Bill Murray showed up and he's like, with his glass. It was, and you could tell it was like a fresh pour because you could see like the condensation on it. And he's like, best part of the night.
Talking about that? Or his drink?
His drink.
Oh.
And then he was like, this is a category that I take great privilege in. This is the comedy musical category. And if you name those again for us, please. And then they played a little thing.
Oh my gosh.
That was basically all he did. It's like Bill Murray for the sake of Bill Murray. Bill Murray. I'm down.
The Carol Burnett Award.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about Carol Burnett?
Yeah, I do, but you didn't say anything about how great Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg were.
Yeah.
They were like
those.
super hilarious.
They were
the
pretty
oddest
funny.
combination,
Yeah.
but like great, and I loved it.
Their humor is delivered in the most perfect way.
Yeah, like these are some of the highlights of past Golden Globe shows, and it showed both of them getting their Golden Globe. Well, we just said it was about us. That was our. We had to miss our Christmas holiday with families to be here.
It was like,
funny.
here's Chris Pine with his ugly face.
Yes, that was great.
I will definitely say that the highlight for me was Michael Scott giving out the Dundie to Carol Burnett.
Dundee.
Oh, right. It was a Golden Globe, and it was Steve Carell, but it was still really good. I think it was everything that is good in the world, and it just really made my heart complete to watch that and to listen to her talk about her time on television and everything. And so Carol Burnett received the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is the first one they've ever awarded for TV and will now be called the Carol Burnett Award. Mm-hmm. So that's just really amazing.
Yeah.
And everything that it
is.
is.
She's a national treasure.
Absolutely.
She is.
And then, in near stark contrast, Jeff Bridges' drunken speech. I mean, I love the fact that he wants to be referred as the dude for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And his speech was so Jeff Bridges. Like, it was just like, hey man, let's we can do this, man. It's like,
Jeff.
And he rambled on, but it was funny.
He did, and they let him ramble on.
Yeah, everybody was in on it. They were just like, let him go.
I think that people who get like awards rather than a Golden Globe like don't get the music or anything because it seemed like it went on forever. I didn't even watch it, but somebody Snapchatted me a video of it, and it was like 4 videos long.
Yeah,
it was a good like 5 minutes.
Cecil B. DeMille Award for Film Lifetime Achievement. So, there was speaking of award shows, the Oscars are kind of back in the news a little bit. Kevin Hart was briefly back in the news. He appeared on Ellen where seemed like she was kind of trying to give him a moment to kind of redeem himself and apologize and everything. Even though he'd already apologized, he apologized again. And she kind of forgave him and wanted to give him another chance on the behalf of the gay community. But some of the gay community weren't having it. They were like, Ellen doesn't speak for all of us. I love Ellen, but, you know.
Some of the non-gay community don't support it. Like, I 100% don't support him doing it. Like, he should have taken a completely different approach to it. And so I don't think that he should post it.
Even Glad and Don Lemon from CNN had something to say about it, and they made a really good point. Is just like, hey, you know, this should have been a teachable moment. We want him to host everything. We just want him to apologize and use it as a moment to say, hey, I have a big microphone and I can be an ally. We don't talk about people like this anymore. Like, one of the things that Don Lemon kind of had, I didn't realize that he was gay, but he said, as a member of the black community and the gay community, I can speak on both accounts. And like, for instance, his stand-up jokes where he talks about if he were to come in and find his son playing with dolls in a dollhouse, he would smash the dollhouse over his son's head. And
I remember these.
Yeah, they showed the clip, and that's brutal. Like, it might have been funny at the time, 10 years ago or so, or whatever, you know. But I mean, even Kevin Hart said on a radio program, he was like, you know, hey, I don't talk about that stuff anymore because it's hurtful. And like the point Don Lemon was making was that that's the reality for several young black boys today, where, you know, I mean, they're abused and they're beaten because they're gay. And I mean, nobody should have to endure that. So Kevin Hart even ended up calling Don Lemon, and he said that they spoke on the phone for hours on end and texted at length beyond that. And basically what it boiled down to was that Kevin Hart, Ellen had called the Academy. Yeah, and they were open to giving him another shot, but he eventually turned it down because he felt like he would be a distraction, and he was concerned about not having enough time to prepare. And it just boiled down to Kevin Hart saying, you know what, hey, it's not my life goal to be an ally, whatever that means. But I mean, personally, I think if you've been given with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man, right? It's like that's my life thing. So at the same time, I mean, I'm stuttering here, but like the broken pictures mantra is, I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at, except where you're at, and if you're not ready to move forward, wherever you're at, do the best with what you got, type thing. And if Kevin Hart's at a place where he's not ready to go full ally or whatever, that's fine too. I mean, he's got that's his right, you know, as an American, as a person. So I mean, I'm kind of stumbling through this, but I mean, the point is, it's okay to be broken, and that's okay. You know, you're at where you're at, and you do the best with what you got. You know.
Yeah. But you know, even still, Kevin Hart. It's a tricky situation, and there's a lot of things nowadays that even if you say it a long time ago, you don't think it'll come back because no one expected the world to be this way.
Yeah,
10,
I mean, especially living in the South, it was common things like, oh, that's gay, or, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah. So it's his fault for saying it, but at the same time, he didn't know what the world was going to become, so it kind of just came back to bite him.
Yeah,
and that's all that is, really.
Yeah, you got to take responsibility, and he did. They to be fair, Don Lemon played radio footage of Kevin Hart saying, "Look, I apologize. I didn't know at the time that it would be hurtful, and I realize that it's hurtful now. We don't talk that way anymore, you know, and that because it's a different world now." And we realize, you know.
But that's the point. It's like all he had to do was say that one more time. Mm-hmm. Like, how high up on what pedestal do you think America has put you on that you don't get to apologize for the mistakes that you've made? Mm-hmm. You have to apologize forever for the mistakes that you've made. You have established that they were mistakes, that you're not going to do that moving forward. But the fact that you can't even say that one more time for the people that are still hurting over the things you said is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's my soapbox. I'm gonna climb on down. If you're watching on YouTube, just did a little finger climb on down off my soapbox. I think it's time to talk about Marvel news.
Yeah, you don't get to choose when the person you hurt moves on.
Right, exactly. It's not for you to decide.
And he after he stepped down, he did apologize. So I respect him for going for actually doing it and not building a wall or whatever. But anyways, moving on. That's a dicey subject.
Oh, but then there's also deciding to have multiple hosts and it kind of being a variety show.
Yeah, so that's where they're back.
So gross, but okay.
Yep. So all right. So excuse me. In Marvel news, there's a lot, so I'm gonna try to run through this. Kevin Feige and Marvel will reportedly no longer do big crossover movie events like the Avengers after Endgame because it was just a huge pain in the neck. Excuse me. I'm not sure if that means that they mean on the scale of Avengers 4 and 3 where everybody in their known universe.
I feel like I hope that's what they mean. Because if they're saying no more Avengers, like there's already going to be a drop off after Endgame of like people that go see any kind of superhero movie, I feel like. And then them not having that one thing that like draws everybody in, even people that just watch the Avengers.
Yeah, they got to have closer to each phase if they're still going to use that format, right?
Yeah. So I'd hope they don't do that, or at least it's fine if it's not as huge, but don't take my Avengers away.
Yeah, you got to have something. But even the Russo brothers who did several Marvel movies now, through Civil War, Winter Soldier, Avengers 3 and 4, are taking a break with superhero movies, but they said that they would come back if Marvel decided to do a Secret Wars movie. That would be the one that they would come back for. And that would be a crossover event, obviously. So also, Golden Globes red carpet. Kevin Feige got a little loose-lipped, more than he has in recent history. He dropped some knowledge that Endgame has been the name of Avengers 4 since the beginning. That's why they even put it in Avengers 3. So that just shows the Russo brothers just flat out lied to us, and they have no problem keeping their secrets, jerking our chains and whatnot.
But it's also kind of aggravating that everybody wants to always guess what the name is. Like, as a creator, you don't want that taken away from you, you know? So I can kind of get it.
But, I mean, like, I don't even see the point. The point they made was like, oh, we don't want to tell the name because it's a spoiler and it'll take away from Avengers 3. No, it didn't. Like, everybody knew it was coming. Like, you said it in Avengers 3. It's the end game.
Yeah.
Now we're in the end game. 3/4 of the way through the movie, and we're not going to tell the name end game for Avengers 4. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. So I feel like they're collateral damage. Just cleaning up their junk right now.
Well, it seems like superhero movies are kind of the only movies that they like people like me trying to guess the name of whatever it's going to be just based off of rumors and maybe like a picture.
Well, legacy movies, because Star Wars is a big one right now.
Yeah. So like they never try to do that with James Bond or anything else.
That's because we don't
not to
care.
a great degree. And they probably don't withhold anything either. It's like, hey, it's called this,
We're making another 007 movie.
Yeah, hopefully with Idris Elba. But anyways, he also said that the promo footage for Endgame, we're not going to see anything beyond the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie. So they're not going to give away anything.
Cool.
And so he also said that he's interested in making more films, not only on the well-known characters Marvel's getting back from Fox, but also on the more obscure ones he said hundreds of names on the list, but with the X-Men alone, I feel like it's thousands.
Yes.
And then you include the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
What are you about to say?
It's if you include all the villains too, that's so many.
Yeah, I mean you could say hundreds for Spider-Man at least. I mean that's one person.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about teams of people.
Oh jeez, it's terrifying.
All right, so he also said that He just recently watched the Aquaman movie, said it was great. He gave it a great vote of confidence to James Gunn, who, through his firing, has now moved over to the DC Universe, going to be making Suicide Squad 2. Said he doesn't see a rivalry there. He's just cool with the great films being made. And that's also interesting because Marvel has been working towards a Namor movie since at least Iron Man 2, where... Remember in the background where Nick Fury's talking to Tony Stark, and on the map it showed Wakanda and Atlantis.
Yeah.
So they've been moving towards it at least that long, but reportedly even more. They've been working on it more recently. But now with Aquaman out there, it's going to be kind of like, oh, Marvel's just copying because basically, I mean, they're basically the same characters because Aquaman literally was ripped from Namor, like copied blatantly originally. So another thing he mentioned was that Adam McKay's movie Vice, there was apparently a Galactus cameo in there that they helped him work out. But he also mentioned that Adam McKay helped with early development for Ant-Man, and that Adam McKay is interested in doing a Silver Surfer movie where Silver Surfer is kind of like the Speed Racer of the MCU. I don't get that necessarily, unless he means like the Speed Racer movie where it was just a big spectacle. It was really fun to watch. Hopefully it's not necessarily the cheesiness of Speed Racer. But he also said that he was open to speaking about the Silver Surfer movie to Adam McKay. But, and also, Adam McKay recently said that he had spoken to Kevin Feige about, I want to say it was maybe the Eternals movie or doing that for. No. He was potentially going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for him.
Okay.
But I think that might have fell through. So, anyways, then we got last night we got a new Captain Marvel special look. It shows a little bit more full footage, notably Agent Coulson with hair.
That's cool.
And a little bit of the Skrulls changing, shape shifting. Something also notable is that Black Panther at the Golden Globes was nominated for Best Drama, which is a first for any Marvel movie. Let's see, another thing, we still don't have a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Some bad news. Scary reports say that the Dark Phoenix is about as good as the Fantastic Four reboot, which
is bad.
It's sad.
So bad.
Yeah.
But
and like the Fantastic Four reboot, a lot of people hated it because they remixed it so heavily. But everybody was talking about how Dark Phoenix, that they were going to get it right this time, like comic accurate. So I don't know. I feel it's like a combination of the actors mixed in with the fact that it's too accurate. Like, you can make something that's, like, straight up and it's, like, right out of a comic book, but then you're kind of only going to have a certain fan base that you're going to reach. Like, some things you do have to change to appeal to just, like, your regular
movie watchers.
Yeah, some things just don't work on film, too.
Yeah.
That you can do in comics.
Vincent D'Onofrio, I love you.
Yeah. So, Vincent D'Onofrio has supported a hashtag Save Daredevil petition. And I don't know if that's on Netflix or wherever. However Marvel wants to handle that. The petition has over 100,000 signatures already. They're trying to get like 150,000. But there's also a fun sub-campaign called hashtag Operation Napkins.
Which seems so fun.
Yeah, it alludes to one of the last scenes in Daredevil season 3, which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
So there apparently there's a napkin where they wrote down Nelson, Murdoch, and Page on the napkin, and they're also asking that you write it on the napkin, and if you want to write something else, that you keep it positive, but that you send these napkins to Marvel HQ in New York City.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And section, I guess. The
Marvel
Marvel
Sony.
Sonyverse.
Congrats to Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse, best animated film of the year, according to the Golden Globes. Yes.
Now I just got to win that Oscar.
Yeah,
Good luck beating every Disney movie.
They dethroned Disney in this, and usually the Golden Globes are a precursor for the Oscars, so it kind of it's looking good, and the movie was amazing. But also Venom 2, they've got a script in the works with screenwriter Kelly Marcel, so they're moving forward on Venom 2. And I could say a lot more about how I don't have much faith in Sony outside of.
That's okay. You don't have to.
This is their fourth Spider-Man. They do good the first and second time out, and then they screw the pooch in the third round. So please just keep your hands out of the pie and let the creators do what the creators do. That's how you got into the Spider-Verse. So just stay back.
But in DC news,
I'm sorry. I have to say, it did not give me hope when Into the Spider-Verse won, and dead center in the very back is Amy Pascal, head of Sony, drunk as Cooter Brown, just like. I'm sorry. I do not like Amy Pascal. Nothing
We can
personal,
tell.
Amy Pascal.
it seems personal.
Spider-Man is my favorite character, and she's
Peeing on him.
mishandled him multiple times. Okay, sorry.
Aquaman is still dominating the box office overseas, even though Bumblebee kind of surpassed it. It's still dominating, and it has now surpassed Wonder Woman and The Dark Knight Rises as the highest-grossing international DC movie of all time.
Yes.
Which, congratulations.
Snaps again.
Yeah.
But the one thing I was reading an article the other day about this, and the one thing that they kind of said is there might not be any more crossovers for DC. Like, there might not be another Justice League. They might just let every director have their hero in their movie, and they just kind of stay separate but exist in the same world.
That's so aggravating because that's part of the fun. Part of the fun is like, oh, they talked about Wonder Woman or whatever, seeing different things and different like cameo type things.
Yeah. But I would rather them take their time until they can get it right. Like, for instance, Marvel's been working on Namor's
competition with each other because they're like, oh, they're releasing this at this time, so I'm gonna hurry and try and get mine out.
Which is why DC ended up messing themselves up, because they put the cart before the horse and decided they're gonna rush it out and not take their time and build it.
Yeah.
Like I said, for instance, Marvel's been building Namor since at least Iron Man 2. They've been hinting towards his existence in that world and building up towards it instead of just like, boom, here's everybody and everything.
Justice League could have worked. The execution of it was just really bad.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have used Steppenwolf. I feel like Superman should have died in Justice League to set up for Man of Steel 2. But he didn't. He came back, and it was bad.
Yeah. Batman killed him or something. I can't even remember.
Do you bleed? Yeah. Like that.
What's your mother's name?
Martha! What
do you
Okay, guys, alrighty.
BV Superman 2. What's your daddy's name?
No, that's weird. Please stop.
Who's your daddy?
Please stop.
Jared Leto Joker is out. Reporting most likely, 'cause James Gunn's writing Suicide Squad 2, and looks like multiple social medias reporting that he's gone, pretty much.
Yeah, so James Gunn has called out Jared Leto and several others for abusing their power and their stardom and their fame and everything, and preying on young girls, like R. Kelly style.
Okay.
And Jared Leto is one of the people that he's named, so it only makes sense that he would not care to continue. He would not want to work with Jared Leto, and that Jared Leto would not want to work with him. So the assumption is that Jared Leto since he's already pissed about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, that wasn't his Joker, you know.
Yeah.
So, and he's already moved on anyway. So
For Morbius.
yep,
Okay. Well,
which is Sony.
so we'll see how that goes. They just do Blade. Just do another Blade at this point.
Yes.
So Matt Reeves' Batman is started to begin filming in 2019. There's still a lot of names out there for the casting for Batman / Bruce Wayne. You have Kent Harington, John Hamm, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jack Henston. I don't know who that is.
Jack Houston.
Houston?
He was. Did you ever see Boardwalk Empire?
I did.
The hitman
Oh.
with the mask on half of his face.
Huh.
So he could be an interesting pick. He's tall and slender though.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's got the body type, but I could see him.
But then there's someone out there with whose name's not been mentioned who has a closer build to Ben Affleck.
Yeah, because these other guys are kind of similar in build to each other, and they're supposedly looking for somebody that's like in the 20 to 30 age range, which does not include John Hamm, because I think he's my age, which I could see Jake Gyllenhaal because he's played crazy before and he's super talented.
Yeah.
He would be a different type
Yeah.
of Bruce Wayne because he's different.
It's too pretty for me.
Yeah.
What boy?
He's too pretty to be
No,
Bruce
he's so
Wayne.
fine.
Like, Bruce Wayne can be, like, good looking, but Jake Gyllenhaal's like, I walk up, smile, drop.
That's
And,
true.
like-
That is fair.
Wow.
But it would attract
It makes your panties
so
drop.
many. I don't think that's what he was talking about.
Oh, mouth drop. Jaw drop.
Like that's gonna attract a whole different form. I mean,
Yeah.
ladies are gonna want to go see Batman too.
Yeah,
if Jake Gyllenhaal.
and they're
is in
fine
it.
with that. I mean, that's basically the draw for Aquaman.
Longest the Batman suit ain't got nipples.
Yeah.
Amen. Nobody wants to see
Yeah.
that.
I would be okay with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also, hey, I got to throw my own hat into the ring because I think all these big stars are part of the confusion. Hear me out. They should cast a relative unknown or an unknown that is willing to cut his hair and beard and whatnot and where the fans can project what they want onto this person who has no history of fame to muddle the waters,
He can do it.
And I'll post my headshots.
You already did twice.
I've posted my headshots on social media.
You gotta mail into this kind of stuff.
Mail? No, nobody mails.
I
This
think
is
about
it. This
2
is my
minutes ago
shot.
we were talking about people mailing napkins to New York City, so people do
Good
mail
point.
things.
Good point. That's a viral campaign. Mine would just go in the trash.
You don't know that. Somebody reads those.
I wouldn't know where to mail it. But if you got a hook a brother up. Let me know. Anyways, somebody want to take over because I'm talking way too much for
I
TV
think
movies.
that's actually all for the DC news. Moving on to the TV news. Vikings, after season 6 will be ending, but there's a spin-off in the works that'll take place after the show. Well, after the season 6 ends, following up.
Speaking of crossover, well, that's not really crossover.
When I read Dwight, I straight up was not thinking The Walking Dead. I was thinking The Office.
I wrote it, and I still thought The Office when I saw Dwight.
Wow.
He is crossing over from Fear the Walking Dead and possibly Abraham 2.
Yeah, going from The Walking Dead to Fear the Walking Dead.
So they're still not caught up,
Yeah.
time-wise.
Yeah, I mean they're
so
too
sad.
caught up for Abraham to be on the show, but they're apparently. I don't watch Fear, and this stuff aggravates me because I feel like they're trying to get me to watch Fear, and I don't want to watch Fear
Yeah.
because I tried to watch Fear and I gave up on Fear, so I don't want to revisit Fear, but there's a character who has like recordings. And one of them said something about the scientist and Abraham. And they confirmed that was Eugene and Abraham. So there could be like offshoot episode where they encountered them.
How's that going to work with Michael
video.
Cutlets? Because, I mean, his hair and the weight that he has right now for The Kids Are All Right is completely different. I mean, he's put on a little bit of weight.
Or unless they actually had this in mind and then, let me get closer. They actually had this in mind and then they shot it back then, or shot before he lost all the weight for real, and then...
He did keep that mustache and hair for
A long time. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think they're smart enough, unfortunately. I just really don't think that they think that far ahead sometimes.
Yeah, especially not Gimple. It's like, it'd be great. Let's kill Carl. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, that's the whole point of the show. What am I doing?
He doesn't talk like that at all. He has no gruff in his voice. You're really pitching for Batman, huh?
Swear to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Alpha. Let's talk about Alpha. So
Speaking
the
of
Alpha character profile teased. Yeah, that's me. No subtle hints there. Teased on social media, revealing her belt buckle and shotgun.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you're a comic reader. You know this is a big deal.
So, pretty much, I'm guessing there's really just about to go all in. But her shotgun plays a huge part because it's basically, besides her little machete, it's a weapon of choice.
They did show the machete, and the machete does not have the red handle, so that theory is debunked.
Okay, well that's sad. I kind of wanted to be her, but yeah. So them showing that's really interesting. I haven't seen the picture myself, so I don't know if it's exactly.
Yeah,
the same.
it was kind of like an in passing thing because they did a tomorrow we're going to show something that's going to turn heads, and everybody was like, ooh, big reveal. And then it turned out to just be like some walkers walking away from the camera and a whisperer standing up and turning around, which we've already seen.
Yeah. Pretty much same old.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie Hannah? Is that the Hannibal Lecter movie?
No, not Hannibal. Hannah.
It was about a girl. She was raised as like a spy, and then she's kind of like in the woods, just going around killing folks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like a cult hit or something. I've got a copy of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Right.
So it was one of those I always wanted to go back and watch.
So Amazon Prime has a new TV series based on the movie.
Yeah, if you like Hannah, putting that out there. Also, we got some new teasers from HBO for 2019. And first looks at Game of Thrones, the Watchmen series, and more. Zendaya's got a new series on there.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she.
Yeah, I love Zendaya.
Yeah. So I'm excited about the Watchmen. Jeremy Irons is playing Ozymandias. Yes. And from what I understand, this is like several years after the comic book took place. Mm-hmm. But then we get a shot. But Rorschach is in it, unless somebody has taken up.
It might be a different Rorschach.
Yeah.
Because after he dies, he does send everything to somebody else, and they could take
that's
up
true.
his mantle.
It could be that'd be interesting. It could be the guy at the paper. Interesting.
So,
yeah.
Which means Dr. Manhattan's not there. Mr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. Because he's off-world. But, I mean, so I'm reading Doomsday Clock, which is basically a giant, every other character in DC and the Watchmen crossover. And
they're trying to bring it together.
Yeah, the Doomsday Clock's about to strike, and the 12... the 12 on there is Superman symbol, which is going to be Superman versus Dr. Manhattan.
Really?
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. There's no contest. Dr.
There's
Manhattan,
no contest. Yeah, he's going to die.
You just you just look at him.
He's going to do this.
He could sneeze and Superman would disintegrate.
So I'm just curious what's because they're trying to find him so they can stop him from wiping out the universe.
Huh.
So
because he's given up hope. Because he kind of Ozymandias got him in checkmate, and then he's still. I guess that would make sense. Also, we got in the Game of Thrones first look. We got the first meeting of Sansa and Daenerys. Sansa.
But Sansa's gonna kill Daenerys.
You think so?
I feel like after that look, I was like, Sansa's gonna do something to get Daenerys killed.
I don't know. She always looks like she's up to something, which she
learned that from Little Pinky.
Little Pinky.
She calls Littlefinger Little Pinky.
Yeah.
Her pet name for him. But yeah, so I mean, we'll see. Like, Winterfell is yours, my grace. Your grace.
With
My
a
grace.
little
Oh.
crooked smile on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. Like, why go back to? Okay, I could project all day on this, but we're gonna move
Why
along.
go back to Winterfell? Is that what you're about to say?
Well, I was gonna say, like, if they're gonna go back to Winterfell, like that's for a reason. What reason? You know, like, why would they?
Well, because
That's the stronghold in the north.
yeah,
But right,
because
but
they
like,
were
why
going
wouldn't
there
they go
to challenge the.
all the way to the wall?
Oh no, bro's got to get themselves ready first. They got to make
Yeah.
sure we got weapons. We
I
got
don't care about
dragon
that. I want to
glass.
see the fight. I want to see it all go down.
Yeah,
the
supposedly
hits. I
this
don't
is the
care.
biggest, most epic battle that's ever been shot. Ever.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just come on, give it to
Yeah.
us already.
for real. That's what she said. New Stranger Things 3 teaser on New Year's Day and a new poster. And supposedly there's a lot of little secret things in there that people are picking apart that I haven't been able to dive into fully.
I did
Same
not
here.
see the teaser.
need
I
to see
saw the
teaser.
poster, but I
Yeah,
did not see the
something
teaser.
about a mall and New Year's Day in 1985. Dick Clark.
I don't want to watch it now.
It comes out on July 4th this year.
Guess I know what we're doing.
Dave Bautista.
Yep.
He joins Dune as the Beast. That'll be fun.
I'm not familiar with the Beast character, but I know there's several Dune books that they're supposedly making it into a TV show rather than a movie, which makes more sense because they've got a lot more ground to cover. Mm-hmm. So, and I can't remember what streaming service this is for, maybe Amazon Prime or something like that. But anyways.
I wanted to mention something in TV news just really quick. So Black Mirror, you watched Black Mirror. Do you still watch it?
I haven't all that.
You watch Bandersnatch yet?
No.
Anyway, Black Mirror, you know, like all of it is like you're choosing kind of the path that it goes down and everything. I saw this meme and it was like, wow, this has never been done before. Wow, this is so cool. And it was a Goosebumps book and it was like, we are not entertained. Because that was the thing of Goosebumps. Like you got to choose the fear, you know?
yeah.
With Goosebumps book, like the
Yeah.
ending, you got to choose like really how it was, you know?
Yeah.
And that was the fun of it. And so Black Mirror is kind of taking some hits right now when people finally realized it that Goosebumps has done this before.
Well, the Choose Your Own Adventure books were huge in the 80s. And like I did not read fiction books when I was a kid, but I read every single Choose Your Own Adventure book you get your hands on because I felt like I was in control, you know. It's like
Well,
you
it's
can
not
go
like
through
the
and I
choose your own
read-
adventure. It's like choose your fear. Like, what do you define out of it that is the most terror?
Well, supposedly the
filled?
Bandersnatch is based off the Choose Your Own Adventure books. And it's like apparently Bandersnatch was actually the title of the final one or something like that.
For Black Mirror?
The
What are you
Choose
talking-
Your Own Adventure. book, or-
Yeah, the Choose Your Own Adventure book. And
Okay.
Bandersnatch is the title of Black Mirror's Choose Your Own Adventure.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just this younger generation don't know nothing about it. Just thinks it's Goosebumps playoff. But anyway,
Boy, you better.
you better not disrespect me.
So,
Better move on to music news.
the music news, the Grammys, on February 10th, 2019.
Look out for it.
We will see who takes home that little weird trophy. What is that trophy? Is it what's a sonogram? That's not a sonogram. Sousaphone?
I can't even remember what a Grammy looks like. I'm picturing an Emmy for some reason.
I'm gonna look it up.
They're gold.
Yeah.
But while she's looking it up, also coming out a docu-series.
Oh, there's a couple episodes out.
There's a
already,
couple
and
episodes
it's
out?
Shaking it up.
Yes, I watched this movie yesterday morning on the news. One of the ladies was on there and she was talking about it. And so it's called Surviving R. Kelly, based on, they interviewed 50 different women And they kind of just all tell their accounts of when they were with R. Kelly and everything that happened, the rumors of abuse, and a lot of them, when they were with him, were underage, and everything that he did. One lady said that when she got picked up from the airport by him, and then immediately he turned around and just like started beating her, and then took her home and tied her up and put her in her basement.
Jeez, and his house smelled like pee.
Yes.
Why would you even say that? That's not funny.
Okay.
It's a gramophone.
Gramophone. That's why they're called Grammys.
I guess so. It's pretty much, it looks like a record player with the big ear looking thing on the top.
Okay. All right. Well,
Speaker thing. Yeah.
there's that then. And comic book news: The Walking Dead. I haven't caught up on The Walking Dead. The Walking
You know
Dead.
who they killed off yet?
Besides the one whose name starts with a D, who's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So spoilers. We're just gonna say it's spoilers.
Okay.
Because like this is the deal. So Daryl is not in the comics, right?
At all.
Completely fabricated for the show. And so they have given him a lot of the story from other characters like Tyrese, who was Rick's right-hand man. And so when Tyrese showed up on the show, he didn't really have a whole lot to do, and they kind of shuffled him out and swept and got rid of him quick because they couldn't figure out what to do with him because Daryl had taken his spot. So the same thing goes for Dwight, and you can even see the similarities, you know, and they even played off of it somewhere. They even had Dwight steal Daryl's crossbow and vest and motorcycle and everything. So in the comics, just recently, The Walking Dead has killed off Dwight. Rick killed Dwight, and so now that Rick's not there anymore, they're in the Commonwealth story. And the Commonwealth story seems like it's around the corner after the Whisperers. So a lot of people are concerned for Daryl, who has taken a lot of Dwight's story. So I mean, they've even taken Dwight off The Walking Dead and now put him on Fear. Yeah.
But so I feel like the Whisper storyline could go 2 seasons, and then the Commonwealth story could go 2 seasons, or it could just be like the final season for the show. And if it is, Daryl's probably gonna die. But if it's not, he probably won't die. But he still might. But there's really no one there of the same like level, like Rick killing Dwight, and Rick, if he was still on the show, killing Daryl. That's like the same thing,
Right.
basically. There's not a Rick character to kill Daryl.
Right now, the speculation is that's where Maggie is.
Commonwealth? Okay.
So out there with Georgie, that Georgie is from the Commonwealth. There's no confirmation of that. That's just speculation. Yeah. But that would set up some headbutting between those two characters.
The Common War.
How long is Norman Reedus signed on for?
He's got a contract for 3 more years, at least. Yeah, 3 more years. But that doesn't mean that they can't be killed, because Carol and Michonne also have the same contract, and they could technically die, but they're still open for spin-off movies. So they could die and then come back in a spin-off movie or flashback or whatever.
Oh. Well, geez.
And it really confuses things, because with the time jump right now, like they've spoilers, they've killed Jesus, but he's gonna be in the second half of season 9 because they're doing flashbacks. And there's a lot of time to cover in flashbacks. They could go back years from now and do a whole season that covers a couple days or a week in a flashback. You know what I mean?
Just give it to us already.
So I mean, they've actually it's actually kind of a smart move. They've created more room for themselves to grow and write.
Last thing in comic book news. So old lady Harley Quinn comic came out about 3 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah.
Old lady
Harley Quinn. She has her own comic book story that's kind of super similar to Old Man Logan. And
talk about stealing. But I mean, they've been doing that since the beginning.
Yeah. The one thing that kind of got a little bit of buzz around it, though, was in issue number 2. She visits the Batcave and she sees Nightwing's outfit, and then you find out that her and Nightwing were married, and they have a son together. But then they got divorced, and then he dies.
And that's because
Wow.
in one of the cartoons, I want to say that her and Nightwing kind of had a thing.
Yeah. It was a movie, Batman and Harley Quinn. Yeah. She tied him up and
36 seconds.
Adult situations.
And last thing for us, well, for me, you have video game news. So, the end of this month, January 29th, we have the closing game to a saga that has been going on since I was 10, 11.
Yeah, for a long time.
Is Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It will feature a lot of Disney worlds, and most importantly, it's the debut of the Toy Story world, because they said they would not do it without Pixar. So, Toy Story, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Are they doing Marvel?
So, the director...
Disney is substantially expanded since.
Yes, they, and like that's like one of the things that the director said. He said, "I didn't want to do the game without Pixar, and Star Wars and the Marvel characters. There's a low chance that they might be in there, but you never know. But reportedly, all the worlds have been confirmed. But then again,
they could do just like cameos and then do spin-off content later or something.
Yeah, like they could easily just do like, oh hey, DLC pack, this is the Death Star. Or it could just be like a secret world, because they always have some sort of giant secret in every game that you get after you 100% the game. So
Of course. By the way, you haven't finished it yet.
Yep. And then on January 25th, you have the remake for Resident Evil 2. So anybody who played the original game, you're going to love it, because it just looks like the same. Well, it's a brand new build of the game, but it looks like life. So terrifying. And then also on the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th, we have Jump Force with this pretty much, if you ever watched any sort of anime, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Fist of the North Star, Yu-Gi-Oh!, they're all coming together for one giant game to stop somebody who's trying to destroy all their worlds at once.
Oh, wow. His name's Thanos. No, not really.
I mean, he's bald and purple. So.
Oh my gosh, have you seen the handsome Thanos memes?
No.
Remember handsome Squidward?
Yes.
It's Thanos as handsome Squidward.
That's funny. I have something about video game news. It's not actually news or anything, but Dylan's lovely kiddos got me Crash Bandicoot for Christmas on the Xbox, and I've been just like really, really wanting it. We almost got a PS4 because I wanted to play Crash Bandicoot so much, and it is actually really good. It's pretty much the original, just kind of remastered a little bit, and it's amazing. I play it a lot. I haven't beat it yet, but I play it a lot.
The bad phone's calling.
I kind of suck at it, but it's all right. I'll get better.
Yeah.
That's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
so don't miss it. All right. Speaking of, like, the top 10 films of 2018, 5 of them were Disney properties. Like, and 6 if you include one Fox film.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
That, they're on Fox now. So, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, of course everybody feels like they need to band together and buy up everything now.
Don't know why,
Insane.
but okay.
And not one single one of them was like an original Disney movie. It was a Marvel movie, a Star Wars movie, a Pixar movie. I mean, it was like all the properties that they had bought. They're dominating. They're gonna own us all before it's all over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next thing you know, they'll buy Walmart.
It's called an oligopoly. Yeah, I learned that on Adam Ruins Everything. That's actually what it's called. When they kind of band together and buy up other properties and kind of make a monopoly type out of a certain...
there's only a couple companies that run everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rather than like competing against each other, they're setting the bar, knowing that they all make a profit.
Which is completely illegal.
Super. That's nice. I'm good.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Speaking of Walmart, did you guys see that really cool commercial during the Golden Globes?
For the Walmart pickup?
Yeah, with all the cars.
Oh, all the famous cars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
that was cool.
Anyways, anybody got anything else?
No.
I'm good.
Dear Lord, no.
Yes,
We're done.
So
Please.
yeah, just so you know, we're doing our darndest to try to stay on a schedule, but we had a little
hiatus.
a little blip in the middle of filming here, and a little hiccup, and I had to fix some stuff, and it just threw us all off. So thanks for making it to the end. If you made it to the end, don't forget, if you like, comment, and share.
After you've watched all of it.
Ding.
Yeah, if you like and comment, you could win this Guardians of the Galaxy 3D Blu-ray disc. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to
Let us
have
know.
a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
It's Blu-ray.
Or
Yeah, I mean, it has the
Xbox.
Blu-ray and the digital.
Or a PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just FYI that it is Blu-ray,
yeah.
because you didn't say that the first time around.
Okay, yeah. And if you have a 3D TV or whatever, you need 3D stuff for that too. But you don't
There's a
have to.
non-3D copy in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, you could win that at the end of the month, into January 2019. So stay tuned for that. And if you're listening by podcast, you're going to have to tune into YouTube for that.
yeah.
Yep. I think.
So,
Yeah.
once again, thanks for watching us and listening to us. Don't forget to check out the website. That's www.broken.picturesno.com. You can check out the store. It's www.broken.pictures/store. And you can find us on social media: Facebook, Broken Pictures Social, Instagram, and Twitter. We are Broken_Social. And you can find us on Patreon or Broken Pictures. And more importantly, if you will please like, share, rate, and review. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and tag that little bell for all notifications.
Ding.
Thanks. And this is Dylan.
And I'm Lydia.
This is Quin.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.